She was the assistant coach for Gigi Bryant's Mamba Academy team, and Christina's husband, Matt Mauser, is joining us now on the phone. And Matt, our hearts are with you. We are so sorry for your loss. How are you doing?
I was keeping it together until you said her name. Now I'm starting to lose it again. But I guess I'm doing as good as we can expect. You know, it's just horrible. It's horrible. So, you know, I got 3 small kids and trying to figure out how to navigate life with 3 kids and no mom. You know. So go ahead, shoot.
No, there are no words. You know, it's just what's happened is unspeakable.
I have some words. I have a lot of 4-letter words I like to use, but I won't use those.
Yeah. Who are you? You feel? How do you feel? You feel angry?
That's a good question. I'm scared. I think more than anything, I'm a little scared about the future. I'd like to just talk a little bit about my wife, and if that's okay.
Yeah, we'd love to know about her. You know what, Matt, we're looking at her picture with you on our screen right now, and I'm just wondering what she was like. Tell us about her.
Oh, Christina. Well, he didn't choose Christina for just any ordinary reason. She was extraordinary. She was incredibly witty, incredibly witty, funny like nobody you've ever met. She could imitate anybody. She had a great ear. She could pick up voices. She was warm. She was incredibly bright. She was technologically incredibly savvy. She could figure out anything. Just the other day, they were showing film. I went to pick up my son because he has water polo practice, and my wife picked him up on the way to Mamba practice. And when I picked him up, Kobe couldn't figure out how to use a laptop computer. So they were trying to break down film. He would break down film for 8th graders. And he couldn't figure it out, and she said, get out of the way, and just kind of figured it out. And, you know, she was warm. My wife could break you down in 2 seconds. She knew how to figure you out. She knew personalities. She was incredibly deep, if that's a word that I can use. She was just an amazing person. Beautiful, smart, funny. And, I mean, he didn't pick her because she was a slouch, you know. She picked her because she was amazing. And I was so proud of her. She was so happy. We were both teachers, and we met Kobe. I met Kobe first. I was a Spanish teacher at a private school where his daughters attended. And he was injured, and he asked me if he could go on a field trip with me to San Diego. I said, hell yeah, you can come with me. And we started talking. He knew everything about me. He knew that I was into music, and so he asked me to send him some music, so I did, and he ended up hiring me to do all the music for his children's podcast called The Punies, which I did. And along that same time when we were getting to know each other, we talked a lot of basketball because I was the basketball coach there at the school. It's a small school, so you wear a lot of hats. And my wife was my assistant coach, and you know, he saw what an amazing mind she had for basketball. And he brought her on. He asked her to teach the kids defense. Kobe didn't really understand the zone defense because he never played in high school or college. So she was an amazing mind for defense and basketball. So he brought her on. They called her the mother of defense, M-O-D. And, yeah, I mean, let me just say that it was a family. They all really cared about each other. I don't want to say the names of the people that were on the plane or on the helicopter, but they were amazing people in their own right. They were, you know, I knew them well. They were wonderful. They were warm. They loved their kids, and they were so proud that their kids were growing. They were becoming, you know, better basketball players. I mean, Kobe took these kids from, you know, from private schools and just made them gritty and tough. And he, you know, he was dedicated. And so was my wife. They were dedicated to these girls. So that's...
Oh, Matt.
That's kind of it.
You've done a very brave and important thing by by speaking, because, you know, it's so important that people know about your wife, Christina, about the others, and how important and the beautiful lives that they lived. And I just, you know, as I said, there are just no words to express our condolences, and just hope you can feel the love in our hearts for you and just your family, and just know that we'll be thinking of you.
Let me say this. My kids are very aware, you know, at 11, 12 years old, my daughter, my son, mine, they pick stuff up so quick. And the one thing my daughter said, because we weren't watching any TV, and then we just, you know, we had a little slumber party last night. Everybody's in my bed. That's why I'm up here at 4 a.m., because I haven't gotten much sleep. But she said, we watched Sports Center for 2 seconds, and everything was about how much everybody was mourning and hurting. And she said it was nice to know that everybody was hurting along with us. And I know that sounds odd, but it does kind of help.
Oh, Matt.
It makes perfect sense.
Thank you, Matt. Our love to you and those little babies of yours. They're 3, 9, and 11. We're wrapping you up in our arms. So thank you for talking with us today. And we'll say her name, Christina Mauser. Thank you.
Yeah, she was amazing. God bless you guys.
God bless you too.
A man who was such a fierce competitor at peace when he was sitting there, when he sits there courtside now, because it's not the Mamba competing against whoever. It's dad teaching his daughter the ins and outs of the game and how he sees it and how she can learn to break the game down. That's what I saw, and I think that's what a lot of people can see, and I think that's where it catches the basketball world off guard more than anything, because we all saw it. And for those of us who played against him, who knew him, I think that's what kind of is gut-wrenching more than anything, because of his happiness, because of that conversation I had with him, telling me, he's like, I'm at peace, I'm happy, I'm at my happiest.
Today is one of the saddest days in my lifetime. It seems like a bad dream that you just want to wake up from. It's a nightmare. I know we all feel the same way about such a great leader, just a great champion, a great person. If you got a chance to know Kobe, you got a chance to really know Kobe. Ain't nobody better, man. Emotions all over the place. These are the moments when you ask why. My heart, thoughts goes out to Kobe's family, his daughter Gigi. This is a sad day. There's no way around it. My family and I have been sharing Kobe stories. We have so many moments that he's given us. We're so thankful for those moments. I'm thankful for those moments, man. He was one of my favorite players. And I got a chance to have a relationship, a friendship. But I would miss it. I would miss the friendship. I said it many times. Kobe retired from the game of basketball. It left a hole in my wanting to play. Because when I came in the league, I chased him. That's who I chased. I wanted to be respected by him. And once I reached that level, I knew I did something. So, Kobe, thank you, man. Thank you for all the memories. We got a lot of good ones. And these tears that we're crying, we're going to miss you. And it's not going to go. It's not leaving today. A week from now, a month from now, a year from now, we will forever miss you, man. You're our legend. You're our icon. You're our father. You're a husband. Your son, your brother. your friend. Thank you for being my friend. I love you, brother.